Welcome to Exam Sale. In this video we will walk through the syllabus for the exam HP, implementing Aruba WLAN, IAW8 so you know exactly what to study and how to prioritize your time. This exam covers 6 domains with explicit weights: RF design and site survey 20%, infrastructure design and implementation planning 20%, Aruba solution and product selection 16%, identify information for the site survey 15%, strategy and planning 15%, and determine customer requirements 14%. Each domain includes focused topics, difficulty levels, and estimated study hours so you can plan a practical study roadmap. RF design and site survey is weighted at 20%, rated hard, and recommends about 18 hours of focused study with scenario-based assessments. You will learn advanced RF propagation and attenuation analysis, including how materials affect signal loss, how to calculate link budget and fade margin, and the different absorption characteristics of 2.4 and 5 GHz bands. The domain also covers predictive site survey modeling using visual RF to generate heat maps, scale floor plans, and simulate AP placement for both capacity and coverage targets. Finally, you will plan WLAN capacity by determining client to AP ratios, choosing channel widths, addressing airtime fairness, roaming behavior, and DFS constraints. Infrastructure design and implementation planning carries 20% of the exam, is hard, and suggests about 20 hours of study with scenario-based evaluation. You will design resilient wireless architectures including Aruba mobility conductor hierarchies and mobility controller clusters for high availability, understand AP discovery mechanisms, and plan Layer 2 and Layer 3 roaming boundaries. The domain also teaches wired infrastructure integration such as Aruba user-based tunneling, PO and PO plus budgeting, link aggregation with VSF or VSX, and VLAN and IP addressing for large campuses. Lastly, you will integrate network access policies by incorporating ClearPass for authentication, designing role-based access control, guest workflows, AD and LDAP integration, and device profiling. Aruba solution and product selection is 16% of the exam, medium difficulty, and estimates 12 hours of study with conceptual and scenario-based questions. You will learn to match hardware to customer needs, selecting appropriate AP series for indoor, outdoor, or ruggedized environments and deciding between Aruba instant and controller-based APs. The syllabus covers antenna choices, BLE and IoT hardware considerations, and selecting gateways by client capacity. On the software side, you will determine licensing for mobility conductor and Aruba central tiers, calculate ClearPass license counts, compare Airwave versus Central for management, and weigh perpetual versus subscription licensing models. Identify information for the site survey accounts for 15%, is medium difficulty, and recommends about 10 hours of preparation with both conceptual and scenario elements. You will gather environmental data such as accurate CAD or floor plan files, identify physical obstructions and mounting restrictions, document IDF and MDF locations, and confirm power availability and grounding. The domain also requires client and application profiling, including cataloging device types and RF capabilities, defining throughput and latency requirements for mission-critical applications like voice and video, estimating user density and peak usage, and assessing how legacy devices will affect airtime. Strategy and planning is weighted at 15%, medium difficulty, and suggests 10 hours of study with scenario-based assessment. You will create migration and deployment strategies that include phased migrations from legacy vendors, coexistence designs for multi-vendor environments, and selecting remote office connectivity options such as SD branch or RAP. You will build a bill of materials, identify dependencies for zero-touch provisioning, and design solution life cycle plans that cover future scalability, firmware update windows, reporting and compliance needs, monitoring baselines, and disaster recovery and failover testing. Determine customer requirements is 14% of the exam, rated easy, and estimates 6 hours of study with a mix of conceptual and scenario questions. This domain focuses on consultative discovery skills to identify business drivers for network modernization, document budgets and timelines, assess IT staff capabilities and operational readiness, and define project scope and success criteria. You will also capture industry-specific regulatory requirements so your designs meet compliance obligations and operational constraints. To conclude, use the domain weights and estimated learning hours to build a study plan and practice scenario-based questions that reflect real deployment challenges. Focus first on the 20% domains, then balance product selection, site survey information, strategy, and requirements gathering to ensure a complete and confident exam preparation.